on our agenda is another homeowner, Madame Spingola, please. You have 5 minutes.
Thank you. Hi, Luane Spingola, Tower 3. One of the best things about the Galaxy is how much we love our pets. With the blessing of the Pet Club chair, I'd like to ask for your help, and I'm not asking for money. I volunteer at the Bourbon County Animal Shelter. It's a no-kill shelter, and it is very overcrowded, with dogs and cats and birds and bunnies, and last month 3 chinchillas. Most of them have been surrendered by their families who just can't afford to keep them anymore. So there's hundreds of really yummy pets already trained and lovable waiting for a home. But while they're waiting, they need other things. I'm making a blatant plea for old blankets, towels, sweats, t-shirts, tablecloths, stained, torn, the pets don't care. We use them for bedding in the cages. If anyone is throwing away any old radios or boom boxes, the shelter could really use them. So if you have rags or radios to spare, please leave them for me in Tower 3. The animals thank you, and so do I. On another topic, as you know, on October 1st, over 300 signatures were received by the board petitioning for a special meeting to recall 3 directors. On October 14th, as requested, originals were handed in. So the board has either 67 or 81 days to call the special meeting. I'd like to recap for the board, especially for the newer members, what went down in the last recall when procedures were set. In 2007, information was disseminated to the owners. The recall was discussed at every open session. Indeed, it was during one of these sessions that the current president, urging the then president to do the right thing and resign, uttered those famous words, "If there was just one signature on a petition to recall me, I would resign." In 2007, the president at the time, in open session, recused himself for any recall discussions. Mr. Lerner was mistaken before. I have the minutes of the Board of Directors of August 15th, where it says in both the executive and the closed session, and I quote, "Mr. Ellinger will continue as president of the Board of Directors on the business side, and John Kaler will take over on the board side in relation to the recall petition, so there is no conflict of interest or does not appear to be self-serving." 2 weeks after receipt of the petition, a formal memo was sent from the GTCA office announcing the recall to every homeowner. Legal counsel at that time instructed the vetting to begin 3 days after receipt of the petition. The vetting was done by the controller, not by the directors. The petition was surrendered to legal counsel and brought to his office for safekeeping. The names of the people in arrears were removed from both the petition as well as the 1,076 apartments, so the percentages remained fair. This board should be following these same procedures. Instead, it appears the 3 directors subject to recall are the ones making the rules. And until tonight, the owners were in the dark, and the petitions are residing in the secretary's apartment. Truly appalling is that many homeowners report that they have received calls from certain directors asking them to somehow remove their signatures from the petition and telling them that the old guard is coming back. Outrageous, unethical, to use the information on the petitions to try to intimidate the owners who signed. No director should be contacting any signatory for any reason to do with the recall. We have confirmed with our legal counsel that the signatures on the petition are valid at the time of submission, and names cannot be withdrawn. Proxies can be revoked, but not signatures on petitions. If the petition meets the 25% requirement, the meeting must be called. End of story. But why bother to remove names? This is a petition only to have a special meeting, where the owners will have the chance to vote however they choose. As for the old guard coming back, there has been an opening on the board for months now. 4 people have interviewed, but none from the old guard. So what does that tell you? I would ask legal counsel to instruct the board to behave in a professional manner, to not harass the owners who signed, and to not obstruct the process. After all, he represents the homeowners, and the homeowners, over 300 of them, have made their wishes very clear. I hear the president is saying that if an election was to be held tomorrow, he would win by a landslide. Well, this special election can be held as soon as 10 days from now, so I respectfully ask him to put his money where his mouth is, call the meeting, and let's vote. Or the 3 directors could do the right thing, as 2 of their predecessors did, and step down. Thank you very much.
Thank you much. Thank you. This concludes our meeting. Good night.